So, when it comes to setting goals, um, or you know, achieving goals, very often there may be some particular issue that stops you. And um, one thing that I like to do from time to time is keep track of what are the issues that are blocking me from hitting a particular goal. And And the reason I like to do this is I find that, at least in my experience, that there's certain themes, there's certain things that get in the way of me in particular achieving what I want. So the reason I collect them is so that I can spot the themes, and every time I can clean up a theme um, of a particular struggle, then it just opens the floodgates in that realm for me. And in fact, one of the ways that I like to set my goals for the year is based on those areas of difficulty. Um, so I'll take it upon myself, like, oh, okay, this is the next area that I want to improve. So one of the things that I've struggled with from time to time is organizing things. And although I think now I realize that I think, like many things, it was all in my head, so to speak. But in any case, definitely at a certain period of time, I could look at many of the things I was trying to do, and the place that I would get stuck was in uh, organizing part of a project, or really understanding how to organize the project itself. So over time, I noticed that was coming up again and again and again, and finally I just got a little bit fed up with it, and I thought, well, you know what? Let me take this on as sort of an area of research for myself, and let me get good at it. Let me build this into a skill so that it isn't something that's always going to be in the way and always make something difficult. Um, and so I kind of turned that into a theme for a while, and and then I sort of got into it. I'm like, okay, what can I learn about this, and who can I model, who can I study or learn from, and what do other people do? What are some best practices? And little by little, it started getting better and better. And now it's not the same point of friction that used to be. Um, so, for me, that was one theme that was coming up again and again. For some people, it might be something that's more an interpersonal struggle. Sometimes people say, oh, I'd like to advance my career, but I don't like talking to other people, something like that. So, at a certain point, you can sort of weigh it and say, is this causing enough difficulty in my life that I'd like to get good at it? And I think when if people realize, how easy something gets once you've learned it, I think many people would decide to just hunker down and learn that skill. Um, I know I've heard so many people say like that they don't want to learn marketing or sales, and definitely I didn't want to learn that. But once I sort of learned the basics, I realized, like, oh, this isn't that bad. It's just another part of business. Um, so I do recommend, if you have a list of goals, and which is a great thing to have if you want to have goals. Um, then you can ask yourself, okay, with any of these goals, what's stopping me, or what's the biggest challenge? And just keep a running list of anything that's stopping you. It could be an area of challenge, like I mentioned. For myself, it was organization. It could be a certain quality of belief that's getting in the way, in which case, it's great to notice that. And then there are many, many ways of working with beliefs. I talk about a bunch of ways, but there's tons of stuff all over the internet. Um, and little by little, you can eliminate these challenges. And it just, like I said, it eliminates friction. So the minute you get an idea for something, like, that thing is no longer stopping you. You just go do it. So I encourage you to give that a shot and love to hear how that goes.